Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust. I get fairy dust. Here she comes. Amelie gets fairy dust. Right on time. Right on time. It's time for another chapter of my eating disorder recovery story. And so today, with the focus on the 12 steps. Is she looking at herself in the mirror? I've never seen her do that before. What is she doing? I foiled her because I put that pillow back there so she can't get on my sofa cushion. Okay. Addicts love to bend themselves into pretzels, do all kind of twister moves so that these things aren't true. With unmanageability, we were powerless over blank and our lives became unmanageable. Powerless over food, powerless over alcohol, powerless over gambling, powerless over sex, powerless over bulimia, powerless over binging and purging, powerless over starving myself, powerless over anorexia, whatever you want to call it. And so we struggle with that and like, no, we're not. And now we have to say, but it's not unmanageable. And remember, our psyche, specifically the addictive voice or the inner saboteur or the addiction, the disease, is the one who's resisting. The disease is the one who's saying, you don't have that. We don't have this. Why? So it can keep doing it. Isn't it funny? Like, it's like if we have something wrong with us physically, we're like, do we have this? Do I have this? Let me Google this to see if I have this. Like, we have no problem, like, wondering if we have something and then Googling. But with addiction, it's the opposite. Like, oh, I don't have this. I don't have this, no matter how much I'm drinking or eating or binging or doing things to my body that are cruel. Okay, so unmanageability. I was really good at having my life look manageable as opposed to be manageable. Things were manageable, but my relationships weren't. Things were manageable, but I hated my job. Things were manageable, but I hated myself. And I want to say that anything that blocks you from your dreams and being the person who you truly are and living from that place, if you're not doing that, your life is unmanageable because you're not able to manage the life of your dreams. I'm going to read to you a little bit from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. In food addiction programs, we either substitute the word or we read the word and just, the words and translate it into our own specific disorder. Depends on what's helpful, but this is the book that's called the Big Book, and it is it's just full of inspiring stories, and it's just an incredible book that is one of the foundations of our program. And in lots of meetings I would go to, we would read from this book, just like chapters or sections or whatever. We just read it because it is so helpful. It's just really nice to hear people talk about the thing that you have. So I'm going to read a little bit about this unmanageability. This is a quote from the Big Book. It's written in the 50s, so there's the word bedevilment. So we were having trouble with our personal relationships, unmanageable. We couldn't control our emotional natures. That's unmanageability. We were prey to misery and depression, unmanageable. I'm going to skip the next part because it says we couldn't make a living. A lot of us can make a living. And even that sentence, even if all the other things are true, the addict would be like, see, my life is still manageable because I was able to make a living. There's a lot of high functioning alcoholics out there, in recovery and not, that are able to make like an amazing living, and so that they get to say, well, my life's not unmanageable. We had a feeling of uselessness, yes, unmanageable. We were full of fear, unmanageable. We were unhappy, unmanageable. We couldn't seem to be of real help to other people. Fawning, unmanageable. These bedevilments are not the result of external consequences, but the symptomatic disease of addiction. Boom. If you're not living your dreams, if your thoughts are consumed with eating or not eating, how much you weigh, how much you want to weigh, body dysmorphia, starving, binging, purging, any of that, that's unmanageable. Can you imagine a life free of that? That takes a lot of managing. That takes a lot of managing. Another level of unmanageability for me is the thoughts. You know how I said we're powerless over these thoughts? Those thoughts are unmanageable. Like if I don't have a way to deal with them by being in recovery and using the tools of recovery and steps of recovery and all that, then I will succumb. I will succumb to those thoughts. And so I have to test them and check them and verify them and finally, for me, it truly is, if I'm not living how I want to live, if I don't have integrity with the life that I want, that's unmanageable. I'm not able to manage the dreams that I want. I'm not able to manage the healing that I want. I'm not able to manage my dreams. And so I hope that has maybe helped you decide that maybe it is unmanageable, you know. One of the freedoms from addiction for me, I read Demi Moore's autobiography, and when she decided to get fully sober, she said it was freeing because the negotiation is over. The negotiation for me, should I eat, should I not eat, should I add this, should I not add this, should I drink, should I not drink, should I just have one shot, should I just have a glass of wine, should I just have, all of that, it's gone. The negotiation is unmanageable to me. How much time did I spend? How much time have I spent this week? Am I doing this or not doing this on Thanksgiving? How many times have I been thinking about that? Is unmanageability for me, because I want to be free, and that is not free. P.S. I know what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. I'm getting all the support that I need. But this will be, in the past, I have not binged and purged on Thanksgiving. I think not binge is pushing it, because I for sure have overeaten on every single Thanksgiving I have ever had. And this Thanksgiving, I'm not. This Thanksgiving, I'm staying on my food plan. And it's a huge deal. It's a huge, huge deal. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for really listening and being willing to wonder about these things. The secret of step one for me is not, oh, fuck, I'm powerless, or, oh, fuck, my life's unmanageable. It's, oh, there's a solution. There's a solution for these things. And if I do the next steps, whatever they may be, maybe that there is another solution. So I hope that's helpful. Love you. Bye.